Hi, everybody, and welcome back. I am Chad Murphy, also known on Twitter as Soccer Metric. Um, I am currently working on a set of YouTube videos that you probably already know, showing you intro to analytics, and this one's going to be a little more advanced. This one I'm going to skip ahead. I've got a lot of new followers, thankfully, from Dusk Erkin on Twitter. Actually posted that I'm going to do some women's soccer analysis, and I picked up probably 100, a little bit maybe more followers overnight. So as a thank you to all those new followers and to give you some content here, I wanted to show you all how I'm going to do my NWSL prediction model. I've got the basics ready. I need to do a little bit more data collection, run the full set of predictions, but the model itself is completed, so I wanted to walk through the process. As a quick note, I haven't planned anything for this. I'm doing it completely extemporaneously. Usually, believe it or not, I actually do write out some notes. I do the PowerPoints, obviously. I plan a lot. This is just, I'm going to go through my R script and kind of walk through the basic logic of everything that's going on, and hopefully it'll make sense. It will be relatively advanced because there's a fair amount of machine learning topics involved here that maybe they're certainly beyond what we're doing in the rest of the class. They won't be in a few weeks, but for now, they're ahead of what we're doing. I'll try to explain them as quickly as I can and as clearly as I can. But we'll see how it goes. If you don't get this, come back to it in a few weeks if you're watching my YouTube videos. But I did want to be transparent, show you all what I'm doing, and maybe even push the ball forward a little bit. Dusk Erkin on Twitter talked about how there's a blank spot currently in women's soccer stats work. So maybe if we can help push the ball forward, if I can show you what I'm doing and maybe start to build the community here, I think that would be great personally. If people want to take the things I'm doing and build on them, that would be outstanding. I'd love to start a community in women's soccer Twitter. Maybe get this going and maybe put some pressure on NWSL to actually make some stats publicly available and make them better. So with that in mind, let's get started. I do all of this in R. There's no way to do this sort of machine learning in Excel. I mean, maybe there is, but I don't think so. I think it requires something a little bit more advanced like R. So we're in RStudio here, which is what I use for all my programming at this point, because it lets you have a bunch of tabs open. It lets you edit fairly easily. It keeps the script open. It's got a nice package window over here, all that good stuff. You can see I have a ton of different scripts here. Everything for all my soccer plotting. There's probably some of my class stuff in here too. If anybody from Mary Walsh is watching, clearly plenty of my classwork and own research is in here. But there's also some soccer stuff. So the first few things I did here were open up some libraries, Reshape, Reshape2, and importantly the TAM library. Reshape and Reshape2 probably aren't used in this. I think they're used in my EPL script because I needed to reshape, for lack of a better word, some data sets. I don't think I do it in here, so I don't think they're actually required. The TAM library is going to be super important. It's going to be the foundation for what we do. First thing though, and I'll probably upload these files just for everybody because I downloaded them off public data, so there's no reason I shouldn't make them publicly available to you. Load in games. And as we always do, if you've watched my other R videos, just do head games. Head games, good one. And that just shows us the first 6 lines of the file. And all I did was went to the NWSL website and collected their publicly available stats. I'm not 100% confident in those stats, to be honest. For one thing, they had clearances and I think crosses in their list, but they had 0 for every single player for every single game. So either no one in the NWSL has ever cleared a ball out of defense or has ever crossed it, or there's a blind spot in their stats somewhere. But I'm going to trust everything else is accurate because it's all we have unless I want to go through each game individually, which quite frankly I don't. So we've got the home team, away team, how many goals the home team scored, how many goals the away team scored, shots, how many shots were on goal, fouls committed, suffered, corner kicks, offsides, yellow cards, red cards, shots away, shots on goal away, etc. So I collected it for both the home team and the away team. And the idea here is to see what sorts of stats lead to what sorts of outcomes. That's the basic idea here.